Hi loves, I'm back with another video. This one will be my story of my labor and delivery. So if you've seen my previous videos or if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was pregnant during my last few videos and I had my son. Um, it'll be 4 months on Saturday. And so he was born in November 8th, 2013. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight of what I went through, my experience. It doesn't mean that everyone is the same way. It's not the right way or the wrong way. It's just how it went down for me. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below. I'll answer them if you want me to. Also, um, this is not like telling you how you should plan your delivery or whatever. It's just how it went for me. So um, the night that I filmed my last video was the night that I went into labor, and that was November 7th, and it was a Thursday. I don't know if you could hear him, that's him in the back. And yeah, I went into labor on November 7th. It was a Thursday night, and I started getting contractions, I think like around 5, and then I went to the hospital maybe like 8 or 9, and the contractions were still really far apart. Like they were probably like 10 minutes, and it was really regular. It wasn't like every 5 minutes how like active labor is supposed to be. So they were far apart, and I went in just to see where I was at, and I asked the nurses like how many centimeters I was at. I was only 3 centimeters dilated, and I don't remember how much I was effaced, and I still don't even know exactly what that means. Anyways, so they sent me back home, and they're like, once your contractions are 5 minutes apart, and like you're to the point where you can't even like walk, that's when you know you're in active labor. And I was like, damn, how worse can it get? Because it was like hurting, and they felt like, for me, they felt like cramps. I know some people say that it feels like your back is getting stretched out, but for me, it just was like really bad cramps. So they sent me back home, and like my boyfriend was with me all night and stuff, but they were like getting worse and worse, and so I went downstairs, and I didn't even sleep that night. I was just on the couch, just like counting my contractions. And first they started every 8 minutes, then they went to every 7 minutes, every 6 minutes, and then finally around 10:30, I was like, this is like, I can't handle anymore. Like it was to the point where I would get a contraction and I would have to stand still wherever I was at and just like hold on to something and like just breathe and like wait till the contraction went by. It's bad. Like exactly what the nurse said. She said like, because since I had filmed a video that day, I had makeup on and stuff, and she was like, when you come in with no makeup on, bent over in pain, like that's when I'll know you're in the active labor. And I was like, okay. And she was totally right. Like I went in there, no makeup on, completely like my face was like ridden, like you could tell like it was hurting. And then when she went in and checked my to see how dilated I was at 5 centimeters, and she was like, okay, you're in active labor now, we can keep you in. And so uh, my contractions continued on. I got, what was it called? Not registered. I don't know, but they put me in my own private room. Um, I still don't remember how effaced I was. I don't get that term still, even though I looked it up. So I was just uh, waiting out the contraction. I didn't want the epidural. Like I had asked a lot of people that I know if they recommend it, and they're like, I mean, it did help make the pain go away, but some of them have back pain from that now, and like I wanted to tough it out as much as I possibly could because my sister, she has 4 kids, she has twins and 2 boys, and she did it without any epidural, and I was like, she can do it, I can do it. So I just tried to go as much as I could without it, and um, I throughout my entire labor I didn't use epidural. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. That's just how it went for me. Luckily, I didn't have any complications. The baby was in the perfect position the entire time. His heartbeat didn't slow down, so no reason to need to have a C-section or anything like that. They did, however, give me some pain medicine at one point because it was hurting really bad. And then she was like, if you want, we can give you some pain, like my nurse, some pain medicine, and so we tried that one time. But I don't know. I've never done drugs or got high, but like I felt like this heat go through my body, and I felt kind of like woozy or whatever, and like I didn't. So I guess I had like a negative reaction to the medicine. So they did, and I am actually allergic to what is it? What is that pain medicine? I'm allergic to morphine. Yeah, I found out 3 years ago when I had my appendix taken out. So I knew they couldn't give me anything too strong, so I just toughed it out. And then my contractions continued. Everything was going great, except it hurt like hell. Like when you think you have like menstrual cramping, like it's like times a million. Like it hurts bad, and like the only thing you can do is just breathe through it. It's best for me. I figured out for myself that it was best that I didn't scream, just to save energy and to just breathe and like just calm down. Like I didn't want anybody to touch me. Like my mom wanted to hold my hand. My boyfriend Daniel, he was like trying to stroke my arm, and I would just like push everyone away. The pain was like the pain was real. It was intense. So I was just like I would just close my eyes and like grasp onto the edge of the bed and just like squeeze really tight and just like just breathe, just breathe as much as I could. That was the only way I felt like a little bit of relief whenever I hit a hard contraction. Um, I went all the way to it was like around maybe like 5 o'clock, and I was like I told the nurse I was like I think I want to push, and she was like no, 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 wait for the big push. And I was like, I didn't understand what that meant. This is my first baby, so I didn't know what the big push meant. But she was like, just wait, just wait. So I just waited, and then the, I was at like 5 centimeters, and I wasn't, no, not five, I'm sorry. I was like at 8 centimeters, and I wanted to start pushing, and she was like, no, 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 let's just wait. And then I went all the way to 9, and I got stuck at 9 for a little bit. So what they told me to do was to get on my bed and go on all fours, and then on all fours, just like maybe that would help make the baby come down, and I would. Oh, he's talking back there. And maybe it would make the I would dilate some more. So that's what we did, and then that actually did speed things up a lot. And when I was actually on all fours, um, I would hit a hard contraction, and I was like, I would tell her, I was like, I want to push. And she was like, no, let's just wait. Let's keep on waiting for the big push. She said it again. I still didn't know what it meant. And then I was like, okay. And my mom told me, she's like, if you want, you can push. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I'll just wait. And then like the pain got so like I don't know how every woman does it, but for me like I felt like the pain was like making me go. Like I was like woozy, like it was just so intense, and like the labor for me was long, even though they say for a first time mom my labor was pretty quick. Um, it's like it was eating my energy away, and I couldn't. Like I got to a point where my mom was like, she was like, Luciana, like wake up, because I was like just like going in and out. I was like, it hurts so bad. Like I felt like I was going. Like I don't know if I was like dying, but it just felt like I was like slipping away. So they wanted to speed things up, and so they like go to the bathroom. So I walked to the bathroom and I went to pee. I went back to the bed. I got on all fours, and when I got on all fours, it just went super fast. And then like I got a really hard contraction, and then like it's like your body naturally wants to push. Like it's I was trying to like keep myself from like pushing, but it's like it wanted to expel the baby already. And at a hard one, I felt my body like trying to eject him already. And so I put my hand, I know this is kind of graphic. I put my hand between my legs and I touched, and I could already feel his head. So I told the nurse, I was like, "Oh my god, I feel his head." And she was like, "Okay, turn around." And I swear, this is like really creepy and kind of weird. It was super scary at the time. But as soon as I was on all fours, as soon as I turned around, he just popped out. I didn't even push. Like he just like fell out onto the bed, and luckily my mom was right there and she put her hands just in case he would fall off, because he literally just slipped right out. Like, it was a contraction, and when I turned, it's like my body like barely pushed and he just like fell onto the bed. And then like the nurse freaked out and she pressed the emergency button. Like, a bunch of nurses came in, the doctor came in. um they picked him up. They like, Daniel, my boyfriend, got to cut the cord. It would happen so fast, and like, I was just like, and when they handed him to me, I just started crying. I started crying. When they handed him to me, I just started crying. Like, I couldn't believe like my baby was already born. Like, it happened so quick, and he cried maybe like four, like just four times, and that was it. And he was like fine, and he was little because he was born at 37 weeks and 6 days, so he was a little bit early. He came like 3 weeks early, and like supposedly the last few weeks is when they're supposed to gain the most weight. And so he was only 6 pounds 1 ounce when he was born, but he was perfectly healthy. Like, everything was fine. His all feet, all toes, like, I mean, all fingers and all toes, and um, his lungs were fine. His color was good. He was a little bit yellow, but like, it wasn't that bad. Um, he was perfect, and they weighed him and they watched, and as soon as he came out, like, they cut him, they cleaned him, and then they put him on my chest, and he latched on immediately, and he ate. Well, he, like, the first milk is like, is not exactly milk, it's like yellow, and I forgot what it's called, like colostrum or something like that. And he latched on for like 40 minutes, and then everybody came in and they saw him, and it was like the best experience ever. Like, the best experience ever. And like, at first people asked me like, "Oh, are you gonna have another baby?" And I was like, "Hell no!" Like, it hurts so much. Like, there's no way. Like, I wanted to have another. But now that he's here, and um everything that I've experienced with him, like, he's made me such a better person. And like, my life is not about me. My life is about him and my family. Sorry. And I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it again, all over again, to have him. And luckily, I have the best boyfriend. Like, he's so supportive, and he's such a hard worker, and he does everything to provide for us and to make us happy and to give us everything that we want and need. And I'm just so blessed. I'm so blessed to have him. He's healthy. I'm so blessed to have my boyfriend and my mom and my brother and my everybody who helped along the way. My friends who were there. Everything from moral support, and like, everyone who gifted, because they gifted him so much. Like, my baby shower was amazing, and we just baptized him on Sunday, and it was awesome. And my family came from far away, and my boyfriend's family was all there. It's the best thing. I mean, if you have a kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how you think you love your boyfriend, or you love your parents, or you love your family, but the love that you have for your child is like uncomparable, and it's like the best experience ever. And I'm so happy that he's here, and he's healthy, and he's making a ruckus in the back, and he's growing. I think he wants to join us. Hold on one second. I want to see you. And this is him. He's my little monster. He has a little monster shirt. And he's spitting up everyone. He has a little monster butt. You see that? Little monster butt. So this is Alessandro Nico Bejarano. Is that better? And he was born November 8th, 2013 at 6:47 p.m. And he's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I hope this story was, I don't know, like entertaining or helpful or something, but this is my story and it was perfect for me, and I'm so blessed that everything went fine. There was no emergencies or anything. He's a healthy little boy. He's a happy baby, and he's the love of my life. And I thank God and my family and Daniel for everything. So, say bye, babies. Bye. We'll see you guys next time. And just leave all your questions down below. And thank you guys for watching. Bye. Bye. Bye, guys.